Krispylife Kidd is in the fucking building. What's happening, my boy, man?
That's all I love, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I seen you at Backwoods and Bonfires not too long ago, man. I seen everybody going crazy about you, bro. Seeing you coming, I seen you when I noticed your artistry and when I noticed your career, you were already kind of making big moves and you were kind of moving up already. So I didn't get to see you from the ground up, but it's still crazy seeing you keep taking over the next level and taking the next level. Yeah. Talk about how you're able to sustain this, man, and how you're keeping this motion going.
It's challenging because I get to the point where I feel like I'm doing too much. I gotta slow down. I'm giving the people too much music, but it's not no such thing. Like I had to really come to a conclusion with myself. You never can have too much content. The more, the better. Nowadays, people attention span is low. It's short. Man, people can't think past 2 minutes. Can't remember damn near lyrics to a song nowadays. So you got to just keep giving them content to watch and listen to, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like you have to know the balance to some degree, but you're just saying that flood it? Is that the angle?
Flood it. I feel like a lot of artists don't give the people enough. So how they supposed to love you for you? They don't know you. Well, they don't feel like they do.
Yeah, when you look at the times like the 90s and the early 2000s when you were only going to get an album from an artist maybe once every 2-3 years, and now you compare it to the times.
It used to be like that?
Well, like maybe once a year you get an album from an artist. Yeah, like, God dang. Yeah, right? Like, I mean, that wasn't dropping like 1,000 albums or 1,000 mixtapes and like.
It was different back then, though. They had to fill in for that type of shit. They had shit like Rap City in the Basement, MTV Jams, MTV Cribs, BET 106 in Park. They had a lot of different stuff that'd keep people entertained. And, reruns was a thing. So as long as they play this episode of you on MTV Cribs 3 times that week, then you own another episode on a BET, you know what I mean? 106 in Park, then it played that 3 times. Then you on Rap City in the Basement with Big Tigger. Like, it was different shit to keep people steady looking at you, you know what I mean? You didn't have to do 1,000 shows. Then they heard about you on tour with Jay-Z and shit like. It was just different things that boosted artists back then that we don't have access to now. Like, growing up, wanting to be a rapper, and I'm watching 106 in Park, I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna be on there. I'm on 106 in Park. I'm gonna be sitting on that couch. The last person I seen on that couch for real was like Dave's Loaf. Oh, who was that? Or is that Big Sean? What?
I'm not sure.
I want to say that was Big Sean was on 106 in Park. Not Dave's Loaf. Big Sean. He had the buff song with the mink. He tripped.
Yeah.
But that was like, that's what I wanted to do though. That was something people felt like that was worth grinding for. Like it felt like almost if you made it to 106, if you got on 106 Park, you made it. Now, I feel like a lot of people don't acknowledge it or say it, but if you make it to like XXL, anything in that conversation with like XXL, the Billboard, stuff like that's like you done made it. Like you there. Like you got a fan base that's like undeniable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, like Billboard and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a different time, obviously. And now, if you look at it, do you appreciate the time we're in now with how it works, or would you rather have worked it in the 90s and early 2000s where it was more that kind of system?
I would rather worked it in the 90s. Because right now we got it easy. Back then they ain't had no internet like how we got. They was going off like genuinely album sales, like people getting out their house, going to get these people CDs out of Best Buy and shit like that. We don't got that. That would be more exciting to me. People buying 2 tapes, one to put on their shelf and one to play. You know what I mean? Or buying 3 of them just in case one got scratched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's exciting to see. That's different. You moving units physically, or even like Jeezy and Gucci Man, they era when they was selling them out the trunk. That was a different type of time. You buy 1,000 CDs, something for $10 a piece. That's bankroll, man.
Yeah.
You physically seeing the money. You can't beat that, man. That's a different motivation.
Yeah.
But now it's like the motivation comes from the streams and DistroKid and distribution labels and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I would have rather pushed it like the 90s and the 2000s if I had to.
I like the exclusivity of it. Like back in the day, there was only so many artists you could really listen to. Now it's cool because everybody has a voice, but it's also not cool because everybody has a voice.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like back then you only knew of artists if they had deals.
Yeah.
And what was getting pushed in your face through the radio, through TV. It wasn't, hey man, get on Facebook, get on Twitter, get on Instagram, man. Somebody on there saying something stupid, he the next big thing right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. Back in 1999, if you seen it across TV and thought that shit bumped, that was it.
Yeah.
It wasn't no hit or misses because if you seen it on TV, it was going.
Yeah.
Nowadays, whatever somebody listening to, it blow up.
I wonder how they did the trial and error factor of that, like to know if somebody was good enough to be on TV. Like they couldn't take that risk so often. You would have to have had like a fan base and proved it really well in order for them to put you on the network. Now somebody can go be signed to just anybody and be just horrendous and still be like, you still hear them, you'll still see them somewhere.
It hurted more to flop back then than it did now. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best, because back then you flopped. Oh,
You're through.
You through. They talking about you in the industry.
Yeah.
The whole world talk about him. He flopped. He ain't no good.
Yeah.
Heard the CD drop. Nobody went and got it. Now you getting talked about bad. And it's worse than the internet because this is real life conversations across the country.
Yeah.
And then you got to think, they was back then they signed them to these 360 deals and shit. Here go $1 million. Give us 15. You sign us for the next 5 years and all type of crazy shit, you know what I mean? Because it was time limits back then. They were signing to a time span, not some more of a, projects nowadays. Nowadays, you get signed for, let's say somebody come with $2 million for two mixtapes in the album, you know what I mean? Or somebody say, man, we got $100,000 for one mixtape. Like, that's possible nowadays. You be out your contract in 2-3 months and still be $100,000 richer.
Yeah.
I swear, but it's all about how you use the connections through your label and your team that they plug you with after you get signed. But if you flop back then, you probably wouldn't get no more chances from no other labels.
It was like that with movies too. I remember when Saturday Night Live was happening, and they had like the Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider era, and the David Spade era, and all that going on. And some of them would get movie deals after the show. And then if that movie flopped, you were never getting a fucking movie deal ever again. But then you look at Adam Sandler, that motherfucker was making hit after hit after hit. That's why you see Adam Sandler so prevalent, and you won't really see David Spade like out there, like Rob Schneider really out there like that. They got their movies. Like you got that Deuce Bigelow came out, but then he had another one after that. Like, nah, my boy, like you fucked it up.
Yeah.
They're putting millions of dollars into you. So if you flop one time, that's over. We can't give you another chance now.
You got to think, Adam Sandler, Dave Chappelle, Denzel Washington, what's the guy who used to play on In Living Color? He was the Fire Marshal Bill, Jim Carrey, all the Wayne brothers.
All the Waynes, yeah.
You got to think about it. These people were around before the internet.
Yeah.
New people like Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, like Terry Crews. These people, they're famous. They're funny to a certain extent, but they gotta be just as bad with the quantity as the artists. They gotta keep putting out because their jokes and their films will get watered down super fast because the internet talk about it.
Yeah.
Man, you got 50,000 people reposting one clip of a movie. It's not gonna be funny those 17 times seeing it. You ever seen a meme for the 20th time? It was like, that was funny that first time.
Yeah.
And then you just find yourself, you don't even pay attention, you just scroll right past it, you've seen it already.
Yeah.
So the internet watered down a lot of good shit though.
It does, man. It's kind of like a sad time. It's like a good time for like people to get heard, but it's also a sad time as far as the art and what it really meant to be an artist and a creative and putting out something that had longevity.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody that the other day. I feel like the 90s era and the 2000 eras will always be talked about in music history, but I don't know about this era if it will always be talked about.
I don't think it will.
Like Tupac, Biggie and Jay-Z and everything, like that's always going to be talked about. But
that's because they did something that was damn near impossible with their resources back then.
Yeah.
No internet, man. These people going #1 on billboards and shit. That's why, like, the Temptations and Michael Jackson and all, Bro, they said Michael Jackson couldn't even go to an NBA basketball game. They had to stop the Lakers game in the middle of the second quarter because the fans couldn't sit still and keep their composure.
Jesus.
Michael Jackson didn't make it past the first quarter. The second quarter.
Man.
Fans was in there fainting, everything. I watched the clip of Michael Jackson stand on stage for 10 minutes. Crowd screaming. Ain't no music playing. He not moving. He not saying nothing. He just standing there.
Yeah.
And the females faint. They shaking, all type of shit.
Yeah.
You don't get that no more. NBA YoungBoy, he big. But he can go to a game and people will keep their composure and watch the game.
Yeah, just like that's NBA YoungBoy chilling right there. But Michael Jackson there is
But you know why?
It
wasn't no internet to see Michael Jackson and see his everyday moves and hear about his dirty laundry. You didn't hear about Michael Jackson's dirty laundry and what the fuck was on his personal life till it hit the news. And you heard your mom, your uncles, and them talking about it. Like, yeah, they said Michael Jackson was doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, rappers so accessible, like, and I ain't even talking about as far as like, I can call him right now. But I'm saying, like, as far as to see their everyday lifestyle.
Yes.
Because of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, social media, it make it not exciting to when you actually see them in person.
That's what Dr. Dre said recently. He said that artists in this era are killing their mystique.
Exactly.
They're just oversaturated. They're just putting themselves out way too much. And I kind of do agree with that. Because listen, man, if one of my favorite artists is about to drop, I don't care how often I don't care how often he drops. I fuck with him that heavy, bro. He doesn't have to drop every day for me to always fuck with him. But this is the social media era, so if you're not at that level, man, you kind of have to be fighting every single day to get people's attention, which sucks. But it's like, does that mean you just haven't created anything noteworthy yet, maybe? Maybe it just means you haven't created anything that transcended somebody's life or changed somebody's life or touched them in a way where they want to follow you to that degree. You can take a break for a year, and I'm still going to fuck with you 2 years from now, like Whale or something like that.
Yeah, but you got to think, nobody is even going to wait that long to stay out your business. 2 years is a long time for somebody to say, man, he going to drop again, but I'm not even going to check on him right now. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah.
No. Somebody going to ask you, bro, your favorite rapper, what's up with him? Why he ain't drop? Man, you right. Let me go on this motherfucking Instagram and see what's going on with him.
Yeah.
You get on there, he in the Bahamas, living life. He didn't drop 2 new chains. You like, this nigga drop a jewelry. He on vacation. He need to drop some music. But now you talking about him like he a family member.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like, people talk about their favorite artists like they know him personally.
Yeah.
But that's how much they business be on the internet. Like, you didn't used to talk about motherfucking DMX like you knew him personally.
Literally.
You didn't never talk about Eminem like you knew him. You never talked about Ice Cube, Eazy-E, none of them like you knew them. The only time, I will say this though, the first rapper that had a nice legacy and was real like, damn, he hardcore, he badass, to switch over and people start talking about him like they knew him was Ice Cube. Ice Cube started as a like gangster rapper. Nobody, he gave a fuck about nothing. People was like, and then he started doing family movies and shit. And all those comedies and shit, people kind of loosened up and got soft on him. Like, yeah, man, Ice Cube talented. That boy getting it. He rapping and he acting. And they started talking about him how they talk about artists now. You know, you motherfucker be like, y'all just seen such and such in the movie. For real, the rapper, yeah. But they was doing that with Ice Cube back then before the internet.
Yeah.
But nobody noticed it. But now that's basically what, he was the first rapper to really transition that over to like how our modern day thing with rappers is right now.
Yeah, because I noticed it when he started doing "Are We There Yet" and all that shit. I was mad as hell. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Because it was like, that's not him. I've been looking at for years.
Yeah. I remember when I seen that, I was actually really disappointed because I came from him just NWA obviously, and then him going solo, and then him just going crazy, and then Friday was fire, like shit like that. But damn, bro, are we there yet? And then are we done yet? Like, come on, bro. They must have gave him the bag, bro. Because I can imagine I'm Ice Cube sitting at that table like I'm making a PG-rated movie. Like, I don't know, man.
A lot of people was disappointed.
Yeah.
Remember, he was an Anaconda.
That was fire, though.
But nobody still was, like, talking about him like they knew him.
Yeah.
Then they seen the nigga play a stepdad. They're like, oh man, he ain't that bad of a guy.
Do you think if Ice Cube looks back at his career, he'd be like, "I'll remove those 2 movies"?
Fuck no.
You don't think that bag was probably crazy, bro?
Fuck no, he wouldn't.
But
Because they opened up new opportunities for him.
Yeah.
Because even though people was upset, they felt like they could reach out and ask him for more now. That's what I'm saying. Well, our Instagram and Facebook, for them to go see, like, what he doing, man? Or like, it will fuck somebody's head up to see Ice Cube getting his feet done at a salon.
Yeah. Well, you know who's another interesting perspective of that is Boosie. Because when I first started listening to Boosie, crazy ass rap music. I don't even know what type of rap. This is gangster ass rap, whatever this is, violent ass rap. And then now he's kind of on the internet as a comedian almost. He's pretty much a damn comedian on the internet now. Like he was just doing that holding the sign at the airport thing for his mom. Like
it went gimmicky.
Yeah, and now I'm kind of softening up toward it. Like, all right, it's funny, fine, it's funny.
That's fucked up to say, man, because welcome to the mind of a maniac. All that back in, what was that, 09, 2010?
Yeah.
You never thought that you would look at Boosie how you look at him now. It's like if you seen Boosie now, you wouldn't get excited. Like, oh, there go Lil Boosie, bro. I need a Peter. Oh, Boosie. Man, I fuck with your shit heavy, bro. You just saying, what up, Boosie? All right.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. What's up, man? So I fuck with your shit, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's about it.
Literally.
But
he had the potential to be one of those guys that you looked at like, holy shit, that's Boosie. But now you're right. It's kind of like he's too much out here. Do you think like this is kind of my theory behind all that shit, because I don't think these dudes just do this without some type of reason. They have to be putting themselves on the internet for a reason, right?
I mean, because the more you get talked about, the more your following go up. The more people want to know about you, the more people talk about you, the more you trend, the more you in conversations.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing right now for artists.
Staying relevant.
At
all costs.
At all costs. Because it's somebody somewhere trying to get to where you at.
Do you think at all, though, a label can tell you what to do? Do you think there was somebody maybe going like, Boosie, you got to go do some crazy ass shit? Or do you think it's just like naturally like, all right, I'm about to just go do this crazy shit? Because sometimes I see artists doing shit that's just totally out of their character. I'm like, somebody had to have told you to do that.
No, that'd be them.
Yeah.
Ben wanted to do it and the label been telling them not to.
Damn.
And they take it upon and say, man, I'm not finna listen to y'all. I'm not finna tell you what to do.
Talk about what you got going on, man. What's been up? What's been new? What's been recent, bro?
Well, I got a new situation thanks to Icewear.
Mm-hmm.
He just standing on all the business he can for real, man. Like he really blessing for real. Like he standing on all the business that he said he would and beyond for real. And he got me my first deal this past couple months, and I'm almost out of it. Like that. I'll be out my contract in December. I only been signed since August.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. And, I just real thankful for him. And then I just dropped a new project probably like, I want to say a week and a half ago. It's going crazy right now.
Well, let's not fast forward the Icewear process. Obviously, he got signed, right, too, as well?
He did get signed to QC. I knew about that months. I'm talking about months. We talking 8 months before he even was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Really? I remember we was in Atlanta. We was in the car. He like, you think I should do it? You think I should? Or they got too many artists over there. I'm like, do it. I'm like, what you? Man, I'm like, man, do it. Man, he said, all right. And then he just started doing all the music with all the QC artists.
Yeah.
Noticed that he had more and more songs with everybody from their label.
Yeah.
Then he just finally just told me, like, man, I signed that 2 weeks ago, little bro. I'm like, congratulations. Then a week later, he got me a deal. And I signed a distribution deal. And he was like, he was big on like, even when I first met him, because, you know, when I first met Icewear, I already had like a song with Lil Yachty. I already had like 4 or 5 songs with like 3 million views a piece on each one. And when I met him, he was like clueless though. He didn't know who I was. But how I met him, it was organic and it was genuine. Rio introduced me to Icewear.
That's right. Yeah, I'll walk people through that real quick. Just people who don't know that story.
I was pissed. I wanted to go home. Nigga Rio didn't want to drop me off. I had already been gone away from Michigan for a whole week and a half. At the time, I was hustling still because I wasn't getting really no rap checks. I was just starting to get some rap money, but I was taking the rap money and going to buy, shit with the sale, whatever. And Y&J and Rio, they had a show in Akron, Ohio. He like, man, we gonna stay out here. We gonna do features for the next like 4 days. I'm like, all right, I'll thug it. I'm out here. Ooh, man, I made like, that was the first time I ever charged a nigga something for a feature. I made like 2,000-3,000. I was happy, but I never really. It never dawned on me that Rio had down there made a 20 ball. He made like 20,000. But we was all happy. Me, him, Louis, Y&J, we was all just happy. Everybody making money. Everybody, we just happy to be doing what we like to do. We having fun doing it. Ain't no drama, nothing. We just making money and we on the road.
Yeah.
Man, that 5th day hit, 6th day hit. I'm like, man, I'm ready to leave. And Rio say, man, don't you? He's like, no. He like, just one more night. I swear, just ride back to Michigan with us. And he was like, and you gonna be straight. I got somebody I want to introduce you to. Then I swear to God, I'm gonna drop you off in Flint. I'm like, all right, bet. Man, that ride back to Michigan from Ohio, that changed my life. There, man, I'm talking about the driver driving, Rio just back there, just telling me like kicking me game, like man, this, that, you gotta do this, and this is what you can do. And then he showed me Distro Kid. I already had a Distro Kid, but he showed me his. This was 2.5 years ago. He already had 360, 380,000, almost 400,000 on Distro Kid back then. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you made that already? He like, man, you just gotta apply yourself. He like, and he just told me like, this how you should do this, and he gave me the steps. He was just telling me the game. And he like, bro, I got somebody about to introduce you to though. Watch this. He's like, don't even trip. I'm like, all right. Now we get it to Detroit, nigga Icewear. No, we get to Detroit, we pull up to the Russell. I had never been to the Russell. That was my first time. Rio, he like, where the fuck you got me at, man? This old movie looking shit. he like, just follow me, bro. Then we walking up all them fucking stairs. I'm like, man, you got me walking up these stairs and shit, man. I'm complaining.
Yeah.
Because I'm really the youngest on the ride. Everybody older than me. But, not too much. But I'm still acting like a baby on a real tip. But we get there. I see the Robin season poster on her door. Didn't think nothing of it. He knocked. Icewear opened the door. I'm kind of starstruck. Because growing up, that was one of my favorite rappers. But I wasn't like fanned out. I kept my composure until they started playing beats and niggas got the freestyling in there. It was a lot of people in the studio. But if anybody know, I'm really one of them freestyle in the moment when the beat going type of people. So I'm going crazy. And Icewear got his phone out recording me. Like, man, who is this? Like, and Rio, like, I told you, man, we from that way, man, I'm telling you. And Rio just like putting a stamp on it. So he like, man, no, bro, like, I need to do something with you right now. So Wayne cut a beat on, Vezzo go in there. He start the song off. Then I go in after him. And then they all bum rush the booth. Lil E, Rio, Louis Ray, they bum rush the booth. Because that's usually what we do. If we feeling the song or something, we hop in there, you feel me? And then nobody gonna think nothing of it because everybody talking spicy. Man, Vezzo put me to the side like, bro, I ain't got no problem with them getting on the song, but I really want to do something with just me and you. So I'm like, what? He's like, come back tomorrow by yourself and let's work. I'm like, he's like, we shoot the video the same day. I'm like, all right. So I leave. He texts me like, man, make sure you there. I'm like, I am. I pull back down. When I come, he like, bro, how do I not know about you? How am I just find out about you? Who you signed to? Like, who pushed you? Like, nobody. That's all organic. Like, them numbers. He's showing me my videos on YouTube. Like, you already got a song with Yachty, and you did this, and you got this amount of views. How I not know? I'm like, he like, bro, I feel like I've been under a rock.
Damn.
He like, how do I not know about you? I'm like, I don't know. So the nigga Icewear, he was man of his word. We do the song right then and there. Then we shoot the video. The next day the motherfucker done. He posted on his YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck? So he called me again, like, come down here. I'm like, all right. So I slide back down there again. He introduced me to Ant Beast the next day. I'm like, what the fuck? But at the time, I didn't know none of these producers. I had only been hearing their tags and their beats since I was a kid. Yeah, I think everybody really, I'm 24. So everybody was already.
You're 24 right now?
Yeah, I'm 24 years old right now.
Anyway, go ahead.
At the time, I was 22, going on 23.
Okay.
Something like that. So everybody I was meeting and he was introduced me to, I already looked at as like legends. Cause DJ Brown, Hell of a Ant Beats, these producers like. So he introduced me to Ant Beats. I'm like, he like, yeah, this Ant studio and Hell of a studio across the hall, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, man. And he showing me around the city. He pulling. I'm riding around with him, pulling him to different spots. Then he like, let's shoot another video. Let's do another song. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. So he like, I bring my whole hood with me to Detroit. We rode down there like 30, 40 deep. He embraced everybody with open arms, like cool as hell. We pull up to his hood stuff. Out of his hood, we shoot another video. Boom, he drop it the next day again. So I slide. He like, come down here, come thug you with me. Slide down there. He like, he put the Icewear records in my ear. Like, man, I really want to build a label and I'm really trying to push it. And you got that look and you already got motion. And he's like, I don't want nothing from you. He was big on that. Like, he was stressing that to me. Like, you ain't got to sign no paperwork. You already getting your own rap money or whatever. At the time, it wasn't that much, but he already knew I was getting somewhat paid from DistroKid, you know what I mean, independently. And he was big on like, bro, you ain't got to give me nothing. That's all he kept saying. Like, he stood on that like, I don't want nothing from you. I just enjoy having you around me. I enjoy your personality, the type of person you is. Like, just thug it with me. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, I think about it. I slept on it. Call him the next day. I pull it down. He like, come down here. I slide to Detroit. I'm like, I'm trying to be Icewear Records. He asked my nigga Tizzle, R.P. Tizzle. He asked Tizzle. He asked a couple other guys like Butter and Chucky what they thought. They all agreed, like, yeah, he'll a good asset to the team. And ever since I've been Icewear Records, I've been running with that IUR.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's to the point where it's deeper than music. Like, he treat me like family. I done met his kids, his mama, everybody. Like, he done met my folks. That's really like my big brother. So it's like he's to this day still ain't in my pockets.
Yeah.
And I'm making 4-5 times as much.
Yeah.
He's never asked me for a dime. He ain't never, man, bro, come on. He ain't never did none of that. Just solid. You don't find too many people genuine hearted like that.
Right.
Especially pick up and then, man, a lot of shit I was doing when I first met Icewear, man. Oh my God, bro.
I heard in an interview that you didn't know how to move right at first or some shit like that.
I didn't.
Like, what does that even mean though? Not knowing how to move right.
You ever heard the saying like, don't act like you ain't never been nowhere. If don't act like you ain't never been nowhere was a person, that was me. That was my face, like, next to that meaning. Like, first time I ever been to LA was with him.
Mm-hmm.
First time I was in Miami was with him. So we went to Miami first. He just hit me up one day like, bro, let's go to Miami. I'm like, I ain't never been on no plane. He's like, come on. All right, bet. I booked my ticket. I'm packing. We fly to Miami. First time I ever heard of somebody renting a vehicle, a luxury vehicle. My whole life been a lie. So you telling me that Ferrari wasn't dogs? You telling me that Wraith wasn't his? You telling me that. Man, you think niggas driving their cars from state to state to get to Miami and LA? And I'm like, yeah, I thought niggas was hitting the road in their own shit. He like, fuck, no, them rentals, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, so somebody paying $1,200 to ride around in a nice ass car for the weekend? He like, yeah. Changed my life. I never knew that shit. But that's because I had never been nowhere for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these rooms he put me in with these people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm trying to I'm really trying to.
Can you dive into any of those like experiences where you were just like kind of overwhelmed with who was around you?
Miami.
Mm.
First time Miami. So like I said, I already had motion, but I just had never been to some of these states so far away. I didn't know people fucked with me out there. At the time I'm going to these places, I didn't have that many followers on Instagram, but I had enough. And I post, I'm in Miami. Bitches hitting me up like,
Facts.
What? You in Miami? Where you at? Pop out. I'm like, damn, she look good. Man, I'm dropping my load of all the hoes, man.
Facts.
No, not facts. That's not good. That was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about me and Ice. We pulled up somewhere waiting on something. We was bagged in. I had some hoes pull up, but they didn't pull up. They walked to me. Talking about to the point where they walked so far in their sandals, their feet was dirty, man.
Oh, my God.
I don't know how long. They say they walked for like 30, 40 minutes, man.
Jesus.
Just to get to where I was at. When they get there, I got the bitch doing jumping jacks. I just wanted to see how tough like these hoes fucked with me.
Yeah.
And then Icewear right there. I don't say too much, but I got the hoe doing jumping jacks. That shit was funny shit. I taught her to do a cartwheel for me. She did it.
Damn.
Yeah, that was an eye opener. Like, this shit can get real.
Yes.
Then 2 weeks later, he like, we out to LA. I'm like, what? I ain't never been out there. Man, we go to LA for the first time. Oh my God. Now, that was an eye opener. I got cussed out that trip. Miami, I didn't get cussed out. Miami, he let me really do what I wanted to. I was calling the hoes up. They was pulling up. He wasn't talking to the hoes for real. He was just doing his thing. But he let me get the Bentley truck. I took the Bentley truck. I had a cameraman. I went and shot videos in the Bentley truck. I had hoes all in the Bentley truck. And he just called me. Like, he in his hotel room chilling, but he'd call me like, you straight, you good? And I'm like, I'm out here living, man.
Yeah.
He like, all right. He's like, just be safe, man. Let me just, keep tabs on me. It's late, so I just want you to be straight. Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm about to take the Bentley on the motherfucking beach. Took the motherfucking Bentley on the beach on my way to this. Because I had linked up with some people from Miami that fucked with my music. So as I'm taking the Bentley, people down the street in Miami, man, motherfuckers fucking in cars, all type of shit.
Fire.
But I've never seen this but on movies. Miami, my first time was fun. Oh, man. But Icewear was real, gave me his chains. I ain't no faker. I'm going to keep on it. Icewear gave me his chains. He like, here, man, just go ahead. Threw me the keys. I'm finna go lay down. I'm tired. We had a long day. I'm like, I ain't tired. Man, I got hoes all in front of, what's that shit called in Miami? With the fountain of blue. Was it blue? I don't know.
I've never been to Miami.
You never?
Nah. You ever been to Miami, Nick?
Not yet. Let's change that.
So what happened?
Man, I'm talking I'm out there. It's a movie. My homeboy pulled up. He bagged in. He had a drop top Benz. Hoes all out the Benz. And I'm just out there acting bad, man. Bad.
Whew.
Icewear just like, man, we had a lot of fun. Ooh. He got serious with me. He just got to tell me, like, man, his favorite thing to say to me is, man, listen, man, I know you young and I know you just want to live life, but you got to be careful, man. You got to move more strategic and you got to move like a boss. That's his favorite thing. You got to move like a boss, man. Like, you don't want to show your hand. Like, I just started really learning what show your hand is.
What is it?
I can't tell you, man. It's just you got to learn it.
Facts.
You just can't show your hand. You got to understand that phrase. But it didn't come overnight. I bumped my head a few times. He got cussed out a few times by him, but you know it was like big brother, little brother, like him. He mad, vein poking out his forehead. But man, LA kind of, ooh man, LA did it though.
What'd you do in LA, bro?
My first time in LA, he introduced me to everybody. He introduced me to AD from No Jumper, Adam. We on the No Jumper podcast. I'm on there. He like, this is my boy Krispylife, and he the hottest young thing coming up. Everybody like, oh, Crispy, okay, yeah. This they fucking with me. I get around Draco the Ruler for the first time. But the whole catch about this is, it's not like I done seen people introduce people and then they play the background. This man is introducing me and then putting me in the seat, like with everything, like you know how you ever seen somebody like, yeah, this is my man's woo. He be like, yeah, what's up, bro? You alright? Like he do music. He be like, yeah, okay, and he just kind of drift off. Instead, I'm getting he do music for real. Let me hear that shit. I get to playing. Well, first time I met Draco, we in the studio. Icewear like, hey, this is my young dog Krispylife with Whoopie rap. So him and Icewear doing a song. He come out the booth. The nigga Icewear like, go in there. I'm like, what? Like, go in there and drop on there. With me and with Draco.
Man.
I'm like, all right. I jump in that bitch. I fucked the verse up so hard. I went so crazy. To the point the whole studio was just like, bro, what? I remember I was like, and then the Spice Talk was fresh. It's new to everybody. So I'm like, put the bows in the, put the bows in the empty computer box. I got a deal for sale. They like, bro, what the fuck you say? But it was like, the nigga Draco took a liking to me. So I instantly built a relationship with him. Then in the midst of that, AD from No Jumper pull up. Then he bring OT Genesis with him. Me and OT Genesis click instantly. But Icewear introduced me to everybody. And then AD had already took a liking to me instantly from the podcast. So, but I'm not a hard person to get along with either. I'm a people's person, but I'm building relationships with these people off the strength of him. To the point where my second time out in LA, I went with Icewear. I went by myself. And just like my security and a bunch of my homies from where I'm from. And I'm linking up with these people without him. And to the point where he called me like, what? He like, man, what you on, bro? Like, but in the like I'm proud of you type shit. And he pop up on me out there in LA. Like out of nowhere. He like, I'm out here, where you at? I'm like, damn. Pull down on him. But OT Genesis, to this day, I still talk to him. He still comment. He still like my post on Instagram. My son's birthday, right? I was out in LA. I told him I had to fly back because my son's birthday was the next day.
Yeah.
He like, man, fuck. He's like, man, we about to go to Puerto Rico. We finna take the plane to Puerto Rico. We got a private plane. You ever been on a plane? But, I mean, a helicopter. I'm like, no. He like, come on. He like, we get there and buy tuxedos for everybody. We going to a tuxedo ball. At first, I'm think he just talking.
Yeah.
He's like, we finna get drunk. Man, they really went to Puerto Rico, bro.
Yeah.
FaceTime, they at the
you
beach.
didn't go. You didn't go.
Bro, me being a father was more important to me.
Of course, that's legendary. But damn, seeing that FaceTime was probably like, God damn, they were real about this shit.
But what did it was me being real to them, like, I got my son come first.
Yeah.
And he like, man, I respect that. And ever since then, he's like, we locked in for life.
Legendary.
Man, not OT, me and OT locked in for life. I just don't never hit him with man, let me get one of them hooks.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting thing because somebody like you at the status that you're at now, you probably get that now. You probably get the people that used to fuck with you or whatever, and they want something from you. And kind of how do you deliberate whether you're going to work with somebody or not?
I just don't show my hand too much. If it's something I want to do, I do it. If it's not, I spin it, you know?
Yeah.
But I try not to spend nothing because I remember at one point it was hard for me, you know what I mean? But, man, I don't know if I want to talk about that situation. Future, that was a big one. I I already got LA. It was me giving my location to the hoes where our hotel was at.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Thank God. Nothing happened or nobody tried nothing or nothing. But I just remember me being out there. It was just me, Tizzle, security, and Vezzo. And I'm inviting so many bitches. Because LA really fuck with my music heavy. And I didn't know until I posted I'm in LA and bitches was hitting me up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm right here at this hotel right here. Woo, woo, woo. They're like, okay, we pulling up. To the point where I got like 7, 8 bitches in the hotel.
Fire.
That's not fire out there. Well, I didn't know though until shit started happening to rappers and shit out in LA. And I really got to understood the culture out there and what's going on. And that's just not something you want to do. Put yourself on the platter like that, you know?
So these hoes obviously have different intentions than to just be there, and that's what the problem
They
is.
could have had.
Mm.
They didn't, but they could have had.
Right.
That was the lesson.
So their whole point is like, don't bring anybody here because it's gonna cause a problem.
Not where you staying.
Yeah, not where you're staying, right?
That was stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me. That's stupid. And plus, he already put me in a good spot where it's not where nobody can see me and follow me. It's too far for a motherfucker to want to drive. And then it's just not nobody in that area vicinity that will do anything to you. You know what I mean? And I'm bringing everybody to the fucking area.
Is that the last time was that the last lesson you had to learn? After that, were you kind of like, all right, I figured this shit out now. I kind of understand what I'm doing here.
Fuck no.
Damn. More hoes?
No.
Oh.
So now I got the groupie shit under control. Now I had to decipher smiles and handshakes. Everybody don't got good intentions. And it's like I was linking with people who didn't like other people, but I didn't know it. Because one thing I don't do is be in niggas' business. I'd never be in nobody business. I never be on some, bro, what you got going on with him, man? What he say about you? And ooh, it's not in my character to be on that. I never play both sides. I never get into people's politics. I mind my business. I stay humble. I stay out the way. So, and I show everybody love. So I'm linking with people like such and such, such and such, such and such. Then a situation happened where 2 motherfuckers was in the room that didn't like each other and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it turned out weird, turned out bad, and it rubbed me wrong to the point where I felt like it didn't have nothing to do with me and my people, but I felt like it had something to do with me and my people. But I felt like it happened to us, but it didn't. So it kind of rubbed me wrong. So ever since then, I moved way different. That was just another life lesson. It be certain situations where it either gonna make you or break you.
I think everybody has to learn that shit though, right? Like you got to go through the experience. Just like how you're saying, don't show your hand. Like that's something you got to learn. It can't really be explained all the time.
Can't.
Yeah.
It's to the point where a motherfucker really take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that.
What's kind of like the process of now, Vezzo's really invested in you, obviously, and he's invested in you to the point where it's a friendship and it's a thing where he wants to see you succeed, wants to see you blow up. You have the same, you want the same thing for him. Where do you guys move on from that point after you're going city to city with him and experiencing these things?
It's to the point where I don't get to go city to city with him no more.
Mm.
That's when I miss it because the vibe be different.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss going city to city with him 24/7. But me and him was getting to a point where we was trying to get me to this goal where I got so much motion where I can't be city to city with him. He could be in Tennessee, I'll be in Atlanta.
You're just so busy.
Just so busy, just like him. So it's like he hit me the other day like, man, I ain't seen you all year. Feel like I ain't seen you this year. And I'm like, man, I know, but it ain't been the whole year, but it feel like it.
Yeah.
Just because I done got to a certain point where I can't slow down.
Yeah, man.
And it's kind of like, damn.
Yeah.
But I want to be with bro.
That's a good thing, though, too, at the same time, man.
Yeah, it is, for sure. Then I already learned all my life lessons. I'm moving like a boss, and I'm doing what I got to do. I'm standing on business. He can't do nothing but call me and just tell me he proud of him.
Yeah.
He used to call me and cuss me out. Man, I heard, man, what is you doing, man? And why would you? And what's wrong with you, bro? It's like, come on, bro. You gotta think, man. You gotta think smarter than that. Like you got your whole life ahead of you. And man, what? Them conversations used to crush me.
Man.
Cause you gotta think, for somebody to really believe in you, it's kind of like the movies where somebody want that one high school guy to play ball. They want him to go as far as he can professionally. It's like one of them movies, you know what I mean?
And he's
And he fuck up and do something stupid, get juvenile or something.
Yeah.
It's like one of them, or get suspended from school. Now you got to hear from the big homie like, man, I just bought you new Jordans to hoop and all that shit. Like
that's literally
like
the
that.
Adam Sandler movie that just came out. That's literally what that movie was, where he's training that dude in the basketball league and whatever the fuck. I need 2 minutes to go use the restroom real quick.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that, man. Talk about the track that you cut with them.
Check I cut with Vezzo.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
No, not check. The track.
Oh. Shit. Well, let's skip that then.
No, you're talking about Future and shit.
Man, Future. You heard Tear the Club Up by Future and Vezzo?
Yes.
Right? I mixed that song.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a collab mix. I did the beat and I did some of the vocals, but not like the crisp. I edited the beat and the vocals.
Yeah, man.
I'm the reason like the beat go boom, 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 and it skip and stutter and drops. And, like I got that sauce. And then I did like what the fuck is it called? Let me double check. I did a lot, bro.
No, for sure.
I want to say it's called 5 Milli. Yeah, 5 Milli by Icewear.
Yeah. And so are you guys in the Alden studio together when this is happening with the mixing process?
We left Atlanta. We left Future Studio. Mind you, that was my first time ever meeting Future, too.
Yeah.
Vezzo took me to Future Studio, introduced me.
Talk about that experience meeting Future, man. It's one of my favorite artists in modern times.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was a crazy experience, man.
Yeah.
Like when I first met him, I walk in, Future Studio, mind you, is beautiful. Like that motherfucker immaculate. Like Future Studio, crazy, man. It's marble everywhere on the walls. Then it's like 85 inches, like 3 of them. It's just like a big vibe. And Vezzo introduced Future, just real cool, laid back, real player, like just chill. You know the memes you see about Future?
Yeah.
That shit really him, man. That ain't funny, man. Future be like, bitch takes me, I'm done with you. You should have been done 35 minutes ago. It's like, that's really him, though, but he cool as hell.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't Hollywood, like, he real down to earth. And I remember I got back to Michigan, and Vezzo called me like, bro, I really want you to do this song, bro. I really feel like you give it that And I did that, bitch. I sent it to Vezzo like, fire, bro, thanks. Like,
Yeah.
and he dropped it. I didn't think he was going to use it, but he used it. And then he asked me to mix the 5 Milli song. I mixed that one for him. That one went up. I ain't mixed them for him in a minute. He joked about it the other day. Like, man, you ain't did one for me in so long. I need that sauce. I'm like, I got you. That's the easy part.
Man.
But no, engineering was like, I told myself I didn't engineer do all that shit when I was on house arrest. When I was coming up, I recorded all my own music and I mixed all my own records and shit. So that was like, I be doing shit a lot of engineers can't.
Man.
They be like looking at me crazy, like, bro, you rap and you engineer?
No, I didn't even know the engineering part. That's crazy as fuck.
Man, I know Pro Tools like the back of my hand.
Legendary.
Fucks people head up. But you got to be in a session to see it, to believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to tap the engineer and told him, get up. For real.
Man.
If I could bring that microphone out by the computer, I record myself. Yeah.
What projects can we look forward to right now, man? What do you got coming up?
Man, I know for a fact I got enough music to drop a tape any day, but I'm kind of like man, indecisive about tape names, and I want to drop in December. I want to drop again in December, but I just can't come up with a good tape name. I don't know if I want to call it Out My Body or what. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna come up with something. I might come out with Krispylife the mixtape part 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something though, man. But
Yeah.
I know I'm dropping in December for sure.
What do you think this year was the biggest moment for you? Something stand out?
Probably when I met Kodak.
Yeah.
Vezzo introduced
Talk
me to
about that
Kodak.
experience, man.
It was unexpected. I was already in the city. Vezzo called me like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "I'm leaving such and such." He like right over here with me real quick. I didn't know where we was going, so I'm like, "Man, where are we going?" Like, just ride. I'm like, "All right." So I pull up. I'm in my car. He in his car. I pull behind him. He get out. And he walk up. Then he walk. He knock. They let him in, and the door's still wide open. So I'm looking like, what? Then I see Kodak head pop out the front door. And I'm like, oh, they must wait on me. So I hop out, close the door, I lock my car. I walk up, I'm like, what's up? First thing Kodak do is compliment me on my outfit. I had on all Balenciaga outfit with the Balenciagas to match. He like, man, that boy fresh, boy. And he had on some Balenciaga slides and shit. We just laughed for like 10 seconds. And he was like, yeah. But after that, I just, let Vezzo do his thing. I just played the background. I was chilling, but that was another connection though.
Whew. That's big, man. That's big. That's big for the city too. That's big in so many ways, bro.
What, man?
Yeah.
Big, because the next day he see me and he ain't treat me like a stranger. Kodak see me, instantly acknowledge me. Like everybody around, everybody trying to basically get to him, and he seen me like, well, Chris, what up, my boy? And I'm like, he came out, he told me the day before, he was like, I'm coming on Michigan for the video. Like,
Yeah.
Michigan, sweats, whatever I get my hands on, blue and yellow, I'm wearing it. He really came, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just sat there, we talked for like 2 minutes. I was telling him about his outfit and shit. Like, yeah, that's fire. Yeah. And then probably like 4 in the morning, I get a FaceTime from a crazy number I never seen. I answer, it's him.
Yeah.
He like, oh man, Chris, bro, I'm looking for this bitch that I seen at the motherfucking, yeah. I'm like, man, this nigga crazy, bro. Kodak crazy, man.
This is fucking hilarious, man. Did you help him find the girl?
I didn't know her.
Damn. We'll still be on the lookout for you, my boy Kodak. We're gonna figure out who this woman was.
Yeah, I didn't know her, man.
See what his taste in women is like.
Yeah,
Listen, man, we're gonna have to do a part 2 for sure, because I feel like you have a whole bunch of stories we didn't get to tap in on enough. You feel like you have a whole cumulative volume of just libraries of experiences here, and I want to really
life
get to
a
them.
movie, man. I love life right now.
Krispylife Kidd was in the building with us today. He still is, but he's about to bounce in a minute, and we're gonna show you guys some. We're gonna show you guys some clips of the Kodak stuff and all that stuff.
Was you out there?
What's that? No, I'm gonna get the ones that you guys were all
Why
part
didn't
of.
you come?
I'll talk to you about that off camera, because I don't think. I'm not gonna say this on camera. Actually, I'm gonna get in trouble if I say this on camera. But Krispylife's here, and I'm about to tell him some shit after this. But I'm gonna put those clips together and show the highlights of the moments that he's talking about. Just so you guys can get a better experience. So watch the Instagram clips as well. Parallel Sound Studio hosts these productions for us. Hilo Visual shoots these productions for us. We're out. Peace.
It's with a K, dumbass bitch.